President Trump had words of praise today for his former campaign chairman Paul Manafort, who was convicted this week of 8 counts in his financial fraud trial. Trump called Manafort brave. During an interview with Fox News, Trump admitted to making payments to 2 women during the 2016 presidential campaign, but he denied the claim by his former attorney, Michael Cohen, who entered a plea deal this week, that he directed those payments.
Later on, I knew. Later on. But you have to understand, Ainsley, what he did, and they weren't taken out of campaign finance. That's a big thing. That's a much bigger thing. Did they come out of the campaign? They didn't come out of the campaign. They came from me.
But Lanny Davis, who is Cohen's lawyer, told CNN it appears as though Trump committed a crime.
The motivation as a principal political purpose made that donation illegal and a felony. And if it's a felony for Michael Cohen, my client, who pled guilty, it's certainly a felony for the man who, according to the prosecutors, directed and coordinated the payment of that illegal campaign.
Republican Congressman Duncan Hunter of California maintains his innocence in the wake of charges he misused campaign funds for his personal gain.
This is the new Department of Justice. This is the Democrats' arm of law enforcement. That's what's happening right now. And it's happening with Trump, and it's happening with me, and we're going to fight through it and win. And the people get to vote in November, so we'll see.
Chance's support for equal pay echoed outside the Supreme Court as several women's rights groups spoke out against Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination to the High Court. The groups joined forces with equal pay activist Lilly Ledbetter and some Democratic senators to denounce Kavanaugh's nomination, arguing that his record on women's issues is unsatisfactory. Stocks closed mixed. The Dow was off by 89 points. The S&P 500 slipped by 1, and the Nasdaq added 30 points. I'm Barbara Cusack.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Term Busters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
It's long been known that lightning bugs light up as a way to attract a mate, but researchers at Boise State University found there's another reason.
Their study found that the fly's blinking glow also came about as a way to avoid being eaten by bats. Bats don't like the taste of lightning bugs, so researchers put bats that had never tried lightning bugs in front of high-speed cameras, and after a few tries, bats learned they didn't like the taste. Then scientists hand-painted the bellies of fireflies to hide the light, and saw that the bats got tricked and began eating them. Biologist Jesse Barber says that suggests the fireflies' flashing lights first evolved as a way to protect themselves from predators. I'm John Stolness.
Billed as the match, Warner Media secured the rights for the pay-per-view winner-take-all event between Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. It's going to be 18 holes between Woods and Mickelson, held Thanksgiving weekend at Shadow Creek in Las Vegas. The winner will receive $9 million. I'm Barbara Cusack.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Term Busters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
Southern Illinois weather. Low is level off around 56. Tonight, under clear skies, northerly winds around 5 miles an hour. 81 tomorrow, mainly clear skies and quiet. Tomorrow night, lows dip down to about 62. Chance for scattered storms Friday and Saturday. From the Weathereye Weather Center, powered by weatherology.com, I'm meteorologist Derek Height on Monster Radio AM 1150. Currently, it's 73 degrees.
Dexter's Yard Care can take all the pain and strain out of maintaining your residential or business lawn.
Come on.
Think about it after buying and maintaining the equipment, then all the time and sweating, and of course the gas. It may be more affordable and a lot easier to hire Dexter's Yard Care, and they're 100% fully insured. So if he cuts his foot off in your lawn, you're not responsible for it. Dexter's Yard Care, where they really do care. Call for your free estimate today, 618-926-6645 or facebook.com/Dexter's Yard Care.
Local talk this weekend.
This is Dr. Elaine Jerkowski. Listen to Dare to Care, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and Sunday nights at 6 p.m.
On Monster Radio, WGGH.
It's time for the Schnitt Show! SchnittsHow.com.
Roger that.
It's time for the Schnitt Show!
This is the Schnitt Show.
Well, after yesterday, I thought maybe I'd need a nap. I thought maybe I'd need a little hibernation today, but nah. I'm like the Energizer battery bunny. I'll just keep going and going and going. What a day. I mean, everything converging at the exact same moment yesterday. Holy jamoli. You know, I felt bad yesterday because we dealt with the Manafort verdict. We dealt with the breaking news of Michael Cohen, the president's former friend and attorney, being taken into custody by the FBI, making this plea deal with the feds at 4 o'clock Eastern time yesterday. And again, all of this just happening at the same time. I mean, the craziest intersection, just the timing of this, it's like, wow. You know, typically I'd be on vacation. I took my vacation with the family early in the summer because typically I'm on vacation this time. And it always happens that this time of year, for whatever reason, that all hell breaks loose. And it turns out that I am here during the month of August when typically I'm gone for a couple of weeks during the month of August. And because I'd be away somewhere, I'd be busting with all this news breaking. And because it's like clockwork. It always happens. Go away on vacation. And yeah, and keep in mind, everything happened right during my show. During the Schnitt Show, which is on for 3 hours, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Radio Nationwide. Of course, our first hour on Newsmax television every single day. And all of this happened right in the middle of this show. So if I were on vacation, yeah, I'd be phoning in from wherever the heck I was. Even though I had to grab a satellite phone if I was on some glacier somewhere. But I'm glad I'm here to deal with all this. But on a different note, we did get to it on the show later on yesterday. I felt bad, and I want to spend a lot of time on it today. The death of Molly Tibbetts in Iowa, and the fact that it was revealed that her body was found, an arrest was made, an illegal alien responsible for her death. I know that many are saying, oh, the Republicans are going to politicize this, or they are politicizing it. Listen, it has nothing to do with politicizing. It has everything to do with illegal aliens that do commit crimes in this country. And not that American citizens don't commit crimes, because, you know, listen, the facts are that, yeah, more American citizens commit crimes in this country than illegals. However, if the illegals weren't here, it's those crimes that wouldn't be committed. Like Steinley in San Francisco. There was a case in Virginia Beach, Virginia, some years ago with an illegal drunk driver with multiple offenses and an issue, an incident there. And now we have this awful, awful story on Molly Tibbetts. And I want to get into this in just a bit. In fact, I am going to deal with the Molly Tibbetts case in this hour. I want to give it a fair chunk of time. I mean, what a beautiful young woman, her life ahead of her, and this illegal alien takes her life with this cockamamie story that he blacked out, has no idea what happened to her, and she ended up in his trunk and then carried her into a cornfield. I mean, give me a break. Good police work here in the sense that they finally were able to get a hold of some surveillance video from a resident, and it revealed Molly jogging by, and then this black vehicle which was able to be identified, and they were able to find this suspect. So we'll get into the whole Molly Tibbetts story and case here in just a bit, so please stand by. Also, some curious reporting from some outlets. You know, a lot of the media on the Molly Tibbetts case are calling the suspect an undocumented immigrant, undocumented. I use the terminology illegal alien. I have no problem with that. You should have no problem with that. Listen, is it the same? Sure. But undocumented, that's like the softening. It's the, trying to ease up the edges of, we don't want to insult anybody. We want to sanitize. No, you're an illegal alien if you're in this country illegally. So we'll get into the whole story, and a lot of the outlets are calling him undocumented immigrant. At least they're doing that. Some stories I've read doesn't even mention
of the stars of this year's Marion Wildcat football
the alleged
team, and
murderer, the killer of Molly Tibbetts.
Some
stories don't even want to mention he's even undocumented.
With the Wildcat
I've got a case in point. I specifically want to demonstrate in just a little bit here on Schnitz, so stand by. Hey, by the way, our toll-free number, I see every line is already ringing here. Every single line is ringing off the hook. 800-801-8999 is the number to get in. If you want to get in during the course of the program, we've got a lot to cover. We've got some cleanup work to do from yesterday. We have new developments today. We have Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who just a short time ago held a White House briefing. I even said on yesterday's program, I said, I wonder if we're going to have a White House briefing soon, because, with all of the news of Michael Cohen and the Paul Manafort case, the last place that Sarah Huckabee Sanders wants to be right now, trust me, is at that lectern in the White House briefing room facing the media, and she did. She did a little while ago. The presser just finished about 15 minutes ago or so. I made some notes. First of all, Sarah Huckabee Sanders looked like she wanted to be anywhere but there. Her face said it all. There was one point toward the middle or near the end where she chuckled a little bit, but early on, you could tell that she just did not want to be there, especially when the questions, came in rapid fire at her. She just looked annoyed, just looked like she'd like to be somewhere else, and that's quite understandable. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said the president did nothing wrong. There are no charges against him. And listen, that's what a White House press secretary has to do. And listen, Michael Cohen is obviously opening up some gigantic number 10 cans of worms here. And I think there is a lot yet to be discovered or written. I can't sit here and I can't say, oh, the president has nothing to worry about. I don't think that's the case. As I said on yesterday's program, is with Michael Cohen's plea, with what he said in federal court yesterday, and remember, with Michael Cohen's deal in the actual paperwork with the feds, there's nothing there that discusses what he did orally in court. Again, the Michael Cohen The accusation that he's made is that Trump directed him to make payments, to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. Now, all of that, remember, that's not in the federal charging documents. Those claims were made orally in court. What remains to be seen is Michael Cohen telling the truth, and to what extent will he ultimately cooperate with Robert Mueller? And I don't really care for Lanny Davis at all, former Clinton attorney and the attorney for Michael Cohen, little jab there. He's been all over television, and I've got a ton of Lanny Davis audio we've got to get to during the course of the program. Regarding Sarah Huckabee Sanders, just a couple of other notations here, since this is fresh and just happened. Again, saying the president did absolutely nothing wrong, no charges against him. At this point, that is correct. But, Cohen seems like he's going to cooperate and reveal a lot. In fact, we have